Ever since it was revealed that Remy Ma's husband Papoose and boxing champ Claressa Shields started bumping uglies, the internet has gotten a front row seat to all the tomfoolery. Between the controversial timeline, the messy backstory, and the constant viral moments, this relationship has had people side-eyeing it from day one. And instead of things calming down over time, it somehow just keeps getting louder, messier, and harder to defend. From the outside looking in, this situation didn't exactly start on solid ground, and it hasn't really found its footing since. So today, we're breaking down all the reasons why Papoose and Claressa's relationship is doomed from the start. But before Claressa hits us with a right hook for being all up in her business, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of applewood smoked bacon jerky, freeze-dried goodies, and butter toffee peanuts. One telltale sign of a doomed relationship is when one party is still married. You think? Do you think? Ciao. In the case of Papoose and Claressa, instead of going Instagram official like most celebrity couples, they were outed by none other than Papoose's estranged wife, Remy Ma. In December 2024, Remy Ma hopped on social media and wrote, "Papoose dumb as hell asleep on the phone with Claressa Shields," along with some screenshots of some text messages Papoose had sent Claressa. Remy was over the whole situation, especially since she had already moved on with battle rapper Easy the Block Captain. Easy the who did what? Easy said what? Huh? It was obvious Remy had emotionally moved on from the marriage.
You refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had.
However, emotional detachment and legal detachment aren't the same thing, and that distinction became the foundation of the entire situation. While Remy appeared to be done with the relationship in practice, the marriage itself had not been formally dissolved, which meant that, on paper, she was still very much Papoose's wife. It was also obvious that Papoose was emotionally invested in what the relationship represented.
Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth.
As the situation unfolded, it quickly turned into a public exchange of accusations and defenses. Papoose responded by labeling Remy a narcissist and accusing her of being unfaithful, and Claressa entered the chat with a weak freestyle and a pair of kitten heels.
In the whip stunting, in the Billy Spurs like I'm Tim Duncan. Always been a head buster, yeah, bust head. Louis Vuitton red bottoms, yes, I love red.
What could have remained a private separation instead became a layered conflict involving three people, each trying to assert their version of events, while the public swallowed up every single detail.
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Eventually, Papoose confirmed that he had moved on with Claressa, but his confirmation lacked the tone of a deliberate announcement. It felt reactive, as though it was prompted by the fact that the situation had already been exposed. That distinction is important because it shapes the emotional foundation of the relationship. When something begins as a reaction to external pressure rather than an intentional decision, it often carries that reactive energy forward. Instead of developing in a stable, private environment, the relationship was immediately tied to conflict, public opinion, and the need to defend itself. That kind of beginning doesn't allow for a natural progression. It creates a situation in which the relationship is constantly defined by what is happening around it rather than by what is being built within it. And if someone is truly ready to move forward, the expectation would be that they would also take the necessary steps to formally close the previous chapter. And according to Remy, Papoose was dragging his feet and holding up the process by refusing to retain a lawyer and sign the divorce paperwork. He ain't ready to sign them papers. After putting him on blast, Papoose finally filed his complaint. Despite all of the foolywang going on, Claressa is more than willing to permanently insert herself into Papoose's life by becoming one of his many baby mamas.
What's the next thing? What's the plan for 2026?
I'm having a baby.
Oh, okay, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Having a baby.
Dumbass bird. Just a dummy. Papoose may be a rapper, but let's be honest, he's never been one of those artists who's dominating charts or dropping multi-platinum albums every other year. A lot of his public identity over time has been tied to being Remy's husband, the man who held it down when she was in the slammer. So when he stepped out with Claressa, it didn't feel like a simple love story unfolding naturally. It felt like Claressa was his new come-up. According to the Shadow League, Papoose signed a $1 million rap deal over 20 years ago, which at the time was a big deal and not something to laugh at. However, when you fast forward to the present, the contrast becomes very noticeable. While Papoose's biggest financial headline is still from decades ago, Claressa is actively securing multi-million-dollar deals, expanding her brand beyond boxing, and positioning herself as a serious force in business. And that kind of shift naturally changes the power dynamic in any relationship. Claressa has been very open about the role Papoose plays in her life, especially in her business decisions. She has said that he's invested in her as a businesswoman, that he offers guidance, and that she trusts him when it comes to navigating opportunities. She even described having him around as a cheat code, explaining that he has experience and insight that she values. When one partner is actively bringing in major deals and expanding financially, while the other's biggest financial moment is something from 20 years ago, people are going to start wondering how that imbalance plays out behind the scenes. It doesn't automatically mean anything is wrong, but it does open the door for speculation. Claressa isn't afraid to express her feelings openly, especially on social media. More specifically, she isn't afraid to crash out. Say what you want to say about Claressa, but she's not going to let anybody talk bad about her man. And she'll go head to head against anybody who dares to say anything bad about Papoose. Now, she ain't no fashion diva, but ain't nobody trying to fight her. I know that. All you have to do is Google Claressa Shields and crash out, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. There was that one time she lost it because she was sick of people talking about how her man was still married. She argued with anybody and everybody and told them to mind their own business. And then there was that other time when Papoose gifted Claressa a chain for signing a major deal, but internet hawkeyes thought it looked like one he had worn before. Then there was another time when Claressa was on IG crying and whining because she wanted Papoose to buy her a $31,000 Birkin bag. With what money, girl? Just like you said, all he got is advice. All he got is advice and experience. Claressa blames the constant criticism on jealousy of her and Papoose's love. But if their love is that strong and secure, why is she always battling with internet trolls to prove a point? Maybe she's fighting a bit too hard for something that might not be all that solid in the first place. Whatever the deal is, Claressa made it crystal clear that she'll never stop crashing out and talking about her man, her man, her man. According to Tasha K, Papoose spent Christmas 2025 with his children, while Claressa spent the holiday at the Louis Vuitton. We would never say that a man shouldn't spend time with his kids, but many people wondered why he couldn't make some time for the woman he supposedly loved so much. Things got even worse when Claressa recorded a video while unboxing her designer purse, and in it, she acted as if Papoose had bought it for her. Girl, we just seen you at the store alone with your credit card. Don't try to play us. Don't do us. Don't do it. Papoose was born in 1978, and Claressa was born in 1995, which puts them about 17 years apart. So while Papoose was out here signing a $1 million rap deal and trying to make his mark in the industry, Claressa was still very much a kid figuring out life. Whether people want to admit it or not, that kind of timeline difference matters. Now, age gap relationships aren't new, and they don't automatically mean something is wrong. However, just because something is common doesn't mean it's ideal. When the gap is that wide, it can quietly shape the dynamic in ways that don't always show up right away, but tend to reveal themselves over time. Even though Claressa is in her 30s, there are moments when her behavior still leans toward immaturity and impulsivity. And slow. Don't forget slow, honey. Slow as molasses, honey. Ooh-wee. The constant back and forth, the need to respond, and the public commentary can create an emotional reactivity that doesn't always align with someone trying to build a calm, grounded relationship. Then you look at Papoose, who is older, more experienced, and has already gone through years of public scrutiny, industry politics, and personal ups and downs. He presents himself as someone who is more calculated and more aware of how to navigate negativity without feeding into the BS. And when you put those two energies together, it can naturally create an imbalance that's hard to sustain. In December 2025, Claressa made a major announcement by posting an IG video and saying, "You see this big old ring on my finger?" "Yes, girl, we see that cluster. We see it." During a podcast appearance, Claressa admitted she had Papoose's name tatted on her chest because she knew she always wanted to get her husband's name inked on her. Wait a minute. Say what now? They married. I know you lying, cause ain't he still married to Remy Ma? No, auntie, they aren't married because yes, he is still very much married to Remy. Comment sections lit up with people calling Claressa delusional. They tried to tell her that if Papoose really wanted her to be his next wife that badly, he would have signed the divorce paperwork a long time ago. Perhaps an even bigger deal than Papoose remaining married throughout their relationship is the fact that Claressa cheated on him, allegedly. Fix it, Black Jesus. And guess who spilled the tea? 50 Cent, of course, with his messy self. In March 2026, 50 accused his G-Unit affiliate Maserati Bud of being Claressa's sneaky link. In a now-deleted post, 50 accused the two of getting cozy around the holidays. 50 also alleged that he had ring camera footage of their link-up. 50 Cent also accused Claressa of still hooking up with Maserati Bud, alleging they were on the phone together recently. That's what Papoose get, okay, with his married ass. Of course, Claressa denied the allegations and posted a video of Papoose dissing 50 and captioned it with how her man had lyrically destroyed 50 so bad he had to resort to lying on her and her lady parts. However, things got more interesting when Maserati Bud himself jumped into the chat. He posted a video claiming the rumors were true. Maserati Bud claimed the only reason Claressa went back to Papoose was that he was poly, and Claressa wanted to be his one and only. Maserati Bud also said he had receipts to prove they were texting back and forth about the situation, and then he posted their exchange. Despite the text, Claressa went on Instagram Live to deny the allegations, insisting she had never been intimate with Maserati Bud and that he was just upset she chose Papoose over him.
You never even smelt my cat, boy. I never even sneezed on this and he up here talking about some, I ain't want to have to expose you, Claressa. What?
As 50 Cent continues to double down on the rumors, Claressa has threatened to sue the brakes off of him. How you gonna sue if it's true, huh? Now, despite all the drama, the back and forth, and the emotional gymnastics, neither Papoose nor Claressa looks like they're packing up and going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, they seem committed to riding this thing all the way out. At this point, this relationship is unfolding like a messy reality show right before our eyes. And whether we like it or not, the next episode is right around the corner. If you enjoyed this video, let us know down below. And thanks for watching RRG.